What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Force Strategy Gaming, and it's been so long, but it is time for some more StarCraft 2 commentary. I have got a series of games here between EG's IdrA and Liquid's HerO. We are here on Shakur's Plateau, IdrA spawning in the lower left-hand position as our red Zerg player, and then over here on the far right position, lower right, is Liquid HerO as our blue Protoss player. So yes, if you haven't noticed, for some odd reason, the Diablo 3 beta is well underway, and I have been just burning the tires here, going non-stop with content. I have literally, it's been crazy. I've been producing a lot of stuff, and if you like Diablo 3, great. If not, don't worry, I'm still planning the StarCraft content. I just really needed to front load a ton of stuff because I have all these ideas for the D3 beta, and there's a lot I want to do. There's a lot I still want to do. But the StarCraft stuff will still be there, as evidenced by this video right here. We can see HerO going to be starting off with that Forge Fast Expand build, and it looks like he is managing to scout out IdrA immediately. Now, this is likely going to force IdrA to go pool first here and stick onto one base, since he's getting scouted out so early. So IdrA maybe have been planning a 15 hatch or something, but in spotting, hey, I get it scouted right away. It's time to drop that spawning pool, because attempting to come out with that hatch after getting scouted, it's just very difficult, and even if it does go down, you're likely to deal with cannon harass, especially on this map where Protoss players love to Forge Fast Expand against Zerg. It's so very dangerous because, again, IdrA could have dropped that hatchery, but if he did, HerO could have very likely just thrown a couple cannons back here, and then IdrA has to deal with that. And what if it doesn't go well? What if there's some missed micro, or he doesn't manage to get a full surround, and all sorts of stuff can go wrong. So it's just much safer to say, hey, I'll go pool first, I'll get my Zerglings, and then I'll come out with that expansion. In fact, you can see IdrA is attempting to come out that expansion a little bit earlier before that spawning pool pops. Now, it's going to depend on whether or not HerO manages to get down a pylon and fully block IdrA from doing this, and there it is. Pylon gets dropped, so IdrA really has no choice but to wait right now until those first 4 Zerglings do come through. IdrA finally scouting out HerO's base. He's going to be moving forward, and we'll be seeing the fact that he is, in fact, going for a Forge Fast Expand, and I'm pretty interested in seeing that HerO's going to be deciding to drop. Is he going to the next gateway, or is he just going to be doing the cannon? He could very well just get the Nexus first. There we go, finally deciding to get the Nexus first. I was incredibly baffled. Even going Forge first, I see a lot of TOS players just get that Nexus first when they scout out that Zerg player immediately, just because they know precisely what's going on, and you typically have enough time to be able to respond and get that cannon out before Zerglings actually hit your base. But HerO deciding to play it a little bit safe, decide to go Forge first and then the Nexus, dropping the cannon after, and then we'll be seeing that gateway right now. The Cybernetics core should be being placed right here for HerO to get that full wall off and prevent Zerglings from being able to push on into his base early on. IdrA right now just droning up. He will be starting out with just those 4 Zerglings. You can see he's going to be grabbing these Zelnaga towers and actually trying to stop that secondary scouting, but it looks like HerO will be able to get that over into IdrA's base. Now, HerO is scouting for anything like an early Roach Warren to see if IdrA may have possibly been attempting to go for some early aggression. Now, as we can see, IdrA isn't really planning that. He is, in fact, just droning up right now. He will be working on his economy, and that's about it. Back over here, we can see IdrA still scouting out with that Overlord. It will be quite a while until that first anti-air unit is out, so that Overlord is relatively safe. Probe does manage to make it back home, and the one that was in IdrA's base, looks like that did get taken out. Let's take a quick look at the unit loss tab. Yes, it did in fact get taken out. We've got 2 probes that were killed there throughout the course of this game thus far. Now, Zerglings scouting out and actually just letting the probe bypass, and Metabolic Boost isn't anywhere near coming through. We can see it's not even researching right now. Just now getting that extractor saturated. Very shortly he'll be able to start that Metabolic Boost, but the probe is going to have no problem scouting, and right now Liquid's HerO is checking for a 3rd expansion. He wants to see if IdrA attempted to go for that quick 3rd. That way he would know how to respond, essentially. Having a good idea of what your opponent's doing through scouting, always very important, and pretty interesting. HerO decided to actually leave a space here for that Zealot as opposed to going for that full wall off by placing that Cybernetics core a little bit closer to the front there. It's basically what you're comfortable with. You'll see both things that take place. Sometimes you see the full wall off and then you'll see a player just destroy a building. So they have that nice security of the full wall off, but they end up losing the building. Or you can see this, not quite as secure, a little bit more vulnerable to aggression, but makes it so you don't have to destroy anything once you eventually do push out. Now we can see right now there's a Stargate coming out for HerO, so he will be opening up with some air harass, void rays, and or phoenixes, is what we should be seeing, of course, immediately. And very important to note that IdrA is still on 2 bases. He has in fact not expanded to his 3rd yet, just sticking to these 2. We have got the range, the missile level attack 1 upgrade coming through for IdrA, and that of course will be for roaches. He doesn't even have that roach warren yet, but we have to assume that that's coming out sometime soon, because again, he is getting that range missile attack level 1. So obviously that's not going to help those Zerglings at all. And there we go, a couple Zerglings scouting out the front. They wanted to see, hey, where's the Chrono Boost? What else is going on? Can I spot the army? Anything like that. Again, we do have that Stargate coming out with that Void Ray right now, and that's actually going to be it to start. Just the Void Ray. What's coming out right after that? Is he going to be following that up with anything? Actually, Void Ray will be going straight for that Overlord. I might as well get those free kills while he has the chance right now. And wow, nothing else so far. So he doesn't have an immediate follow-up for that Void Ray. We'll wait a little while longer before he decides to make any additional transitions. Back over here for IdrA, still just on those 2 bases. Now, he does have a drone moving up here, and it looks like he may be hiding a 3rd up here, and it looks like that is, in fact, exactly what's happening. IdrA will be dropping a 3rd expansion right up here, spreading up his creep, continuing to macro up, now getting that Roach Warren that's about 3/4 of the way finished right now. Now, the Void Ray did pop, and it looks like it got that free Overlord kill. Now, finally, heading on over towards IdrA's base. In losing the Overlord, obviously, IdrA realizes the fact that the Void Ray is on the map, so coming down with a couple Spine Crawlers to try to defend himself against this one lone Void Ray, but that is it for the Void Rays. We've got a Robo follow-up and a few more Gateways as well. Now, it looks like there is a Phoenix on the map, so 1 Phoenix following up after that Void Ray, and that will be used again to attempt to hunt some more Overlords. I said hump, that's odd. So attempt to hunt some more Overlords, and there we go, moving across the map. Void Ray still hasn't done much damage besides killing off that 1 Overlord. Zergling's still scouting at the front. We do have an Infestation Pig coming out for IdrA, so making that transition into the higher tech, those infestors, dropping those fungal growths can be so very effective. And very interesting transition here. We have a Warp Prism coming out for Liquid's HerO, so he will be going likely into some drop harass, if nothing else but a Zealot Bomb. That is quite possible as well, and coming out with a few more Void Rays. So very, very cool opening here from Liquid's HerO. We can see 2 kills now, and 1 for that Phoenix as well. So being managing to kill off a few units as he continues to work his way across the map and get a bit of map control. Very nice creep spread here from IdrA, and that expansion over there just about finished. Now, did HerO scout that out? No, he did not. So HerO does not know the fact that IdrA is on a 3rd base. We got a few roaches coming out, pathogen glands for those infestors. Level 1 upgrade for the ground units for HerO just about finished. He's continuously pumping out those Void Rays, and where's the War Prism? There it is. Will be sentries going up onto the high ground with these 2 Void Rays and these Phoenixes, and oh no, he's going to be trying to force field IdrA out of his main base, stop him from defending the sentry harass that is going to take place. So there we go, sentries dropping right over there. He's going to attempt to move over here, drop some force fields, and then warp in additional units. So there we go, War Prism is up. We'll be warping in a few Zealots. We got the Void Rays harass, and Phoenix is going to town as well. Lots of damage, and we should be seeing some constant force field harass over here for HerO. IdrA can do nothing about this. Is he going to move out for a counterattack? What is he going to do? Looks like he's going to be losing his Infestation Pit so very quick. Nice fungal growth, though, going down on those Zealots, and that's helping quite a bit. There's a few more infestors over here trying to do what he can. Gonna have another wave of Zealots move on in over here. Zealots over here trying to do what they can, moving up on those infestors, but those get quickly taken out by IdrA. Very nice. However, those Void Rays still going to town, and all of those infestors get taken out, and HerO looking to be in a very strong position. He just needs to keep up those force fields on the ramp. Oh, misses that one from the fungal growth, and the clutch fungal growth for IdrA, allowing those roaches to get in, but those Void Rays still doing so much damage, and IdrA not having the anti-air right now to contend with this. He does not have anything, just the 1 Queen moving forward, trying to take out that Void Ray. We've got some Stalkers moving forward, some additional Void Rays over here. IdrA will be able to push against those Stalkers, no problem, but he still can't really deal with those Void Rays. He doesn't have what it takes, and since he lost that Infestation Pit, all he has to combat that is some Queens, and he doesn't have enough, and Liquid HerO constantly pumping out the Void Rays is going to put him in a very strong position. We've got 3 Queens just about to pop, but I don't think IdrA really has what it takes to deal with these Void Rays. They're going to be tearing through his base. IdrA is attempting to move out right now for a counterattack. We've got those roaches mounting up straight out in front of HerO's base, but HerO does have a couple sentries getting ready to force field. Void Rays over here still going to town, taking out those Spore Callers very quick. Zealots trying to chase down those Queens as the Queens trying to take out those Spines. Roaches pushing over here, but they can't get past the force fields. And force field doing so much damage to IdrA. so abusive, and this Void Ray play in the mix. The fact that he took out that Infestation Pit really is what did it here for HerO, though, because he would not be in this dominant a position right now if that Infestation Pit was still up and Infestors were still being produced. Roach is pushing back right now for IdrA, trying to help defend, but again, they can do nothing against the Void Ray, so the Void Ray will continue to go to town here in the main base of IdrA. IdrA continuously trying to pop out those queens. He's got another Infestation Pit coming out over here, but I don't know if that's going to be out in time. Look at that. There's another Void Ray, and IdrA calling the good game. HerO opened up this game going Forge Fast Expand. Scouting out that Forge Fast Expand, IdrA decided to stay on 2 bases, macro up, working his way up into a layer, and eventually Infestation Pit. After the quick expand, we saw HerO move his way up into Void Rays, using it to get a little bit of early game map control. Taking out this Overlord allowed IdrA to spot it and respond with some Spore Crawlers. At around the same time, we also saw IdrA move into his 3rd expansion. While dealing with the Void Ray and Phoenix Harass, IdrA worked his way up to Infestors with Pathogen Glands. We then saw HerO push out with a Sentries full Warp Prism, and then warping in some Zealots. He used the Sentries to block IdrA out of his main base and the Zealots to take out the Infestation Pit. This was an incredibly difficult situation for IdrA, especially given the fact that HerO was sitting pretty Void Ray heavy early on, and losing that Infestation Pit put him very far behind. IdrA was able to do quite a bit of damage to this attack with what was in his main base. However, he did eventually run out of those Infestors, and without an Infestation Pit to continue building them, he again cannot contend with the Void Rays, and this led to the eventual GG. Alrighty guys, that was game number 1 here between IdrA and Liquid's HerO. We will be moving on to game number 2 in just one moment. As always guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.